Her eyes locked onto mine with a piercing steadiness as the words left her lips. One hand rested over her rounded belly, guarding it like a prize she had claimed. These twins aren't yours. They're Chris's. I'm going back to him, where I've always belonged. For a heartbeat, the world went silent. No faint traffic, no hum of the refrigerator, just her words hanging heavy in the air like poison. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I didn't lash out. Instead, I gave a slow, deliberate nod, the kind a king might give when issuing a decree. May fortune favor you, I said. My voice was calm, eerily calm, the kind of stillness that hides an oncoming storm. She mistook that quiet for surrender. That was her first mistake. We had 7 years together, for them bound by vows. To outsiders, our marriage looked enviable. Perfect photos, carefully planned getaways, hands always entwined. I built her a life of comfort. She repaid me with deception. Chris, his name had always lingered like a faint odor, hard to ignore. She'd sworn he was nothing more than an old flame, long extinguished, just a friend from the past. But I'd noticed it, the flicker in her eyes when he came up, the shift in her tone. I pushed it aside because love blinds you, and I chose blindness. The signs were glaring. Too many late nights away. Too many hush phone calls in the darkened kitchen. Distance in our bed. New lingerie, never for me. I wasn't naive. I saw enough to wonder. I waited. When she announced her pregnancy, it should have been joy. Instead, it was a brutal revelation. Twins, she said, smiling like she'd won. They're not yours. I let her pack. I even helped kiss her forehead, played the part of a man defeated. She believed she'd broken me. That was her second mistake. The moment the door closed, I poured myself a bourbon, took a slow sip, and began making calls. First, my attorney, a brilliant man in a tailored suit unmatched in strategy. I gave him every detail. We quietly prepared paperwork. Annulment, financial separation, custody terms I wouldn't need but wanted ready. Then I reached out to a tech-savvy acquaintance who owed me. He dug through her digital trail, deleted texts, hidden messages. Every secret exchange with Chris. The recklessness was staggering. Their affair was written across the internet like an open wound. Finally, I called the bank. She'd never cared for fine print. Everything, our home, the cars, the business we shared, was under my name by law. Legally, she had been nothing more than a guest in my world. A guest I could expel at will. I sat back and watched her new life unravel before it began. Chris was never her salvation. I knew his kind, charming until reality hit. No job, no savings, just promises and wandering eyes. Within days, his restlessness showed. His attention drifted elsewhere. She posted smiling photos online, but I could see the cracks. Her cheeks hollowed, her eyes dulled. I didn't step in. Not yet. Instead, I pressed in the shadows, anonymous tips to her boss about errors at work, her landlord suddenly hiking the rent. Small, precise cuts. She never traced them back to me. The collapse came faster than expected. 2 weeks after she left, there was a knock on my door. She stood there drenched in rain, mascara streaking down her face, her swollen belly showing through a soaked dress. "He's gone," she sobbed. "Chris doesn't want me. He even says the twins might not be his." I let her cry, let her sag against the doorway. Broken. I studied her, the woman who once vowed forever, now begging like a stranger. "You made your choice," I said softly, "and I've made mine." Her eyes widened, expecting me to catch her, to be the net she could always fall back into. That was her third mistake. I handed her the documents, signed, sealed, notarized, divorce finalized, her accounts cut off. "I don't owe you shelter. I don't owe you forgiveness. You traded this life for him. Now you have nothing." She pleaded, then, desperate, raw, tried to step inside. I stood firm. The door was my shield. Her tears my silent victory. "You should have read the fine print," I whispered before closing the door. I didn't watch her leave. I didn't need to. I knew she'd vanish into the night with nothing but the wreckage of her choices, carrying children she believed would tie her to a better man. But I was free. lighter than I'd felt in years. People think revenge is loud, dramatic, chaotic. They're wrong. True revenge is quiet, surgical. It's the moment a betrayer realizes they were never in control, that they were only a pawn, and I was a hand moving every piece.